Good morning. This is Judge Alyssa Perez presiding over the 210th District Court criminal docket. January 11th, 2022. All matters being heard today are being heard in accordance with all emergency orders and directives regarding COVID-19. In addition to that, we are streaming all matters live via YouTube for public viewing. Mr. Pantoja, would you call our first case, please?
Yes, Judge. It's Alvarez on page 1.
Go ahead.
Cause number 2021-0D0-1337. Cause number 2021-0D0-0772. State of Texas versus Christopher Ray Alvarez. Announcement to council, please.
Good morning, Roa King for the state of Texas.
Good morning, Judge. Ruben Hernandez for Mr. Alvarez. Judge,
What a patriotic background. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Hernandez. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Judge. It's kind of like General Patton, remember, Judge?
Yeah, it does. Okay. All right. If you were going for that, you got it. You nailed it.
All right. Judge, on my case, the DA has made a very good offer, which I assume my client would take if I could stay in contact with him, but he's been avoiding me, I'm assuming because he owes me money. But apparently he checked in last hearing, but won't take my calls. His mom won't take my calls. So I don't know if he's logging on or if he calls the court today, if they could instruct him to contact me, or if the court could get maybe a new number for him, because maybe he has another number.
Chewy, did he check in yesterday?
No, Judge, he didn't check in yesterday, but he called.
No, but Judge, he did call today. And I spoke to him. Yes, ma'am. And I did give him the exact directions of the way it's done. Gave him the Zoom ID and let him know that he does need to get a hold of his attorney. And he said he was.
Let me see. Is he on any PR bond conditions? I know I only got 2 reports from, let me just go and look him up, see if he was one of them. Let me see, Alvarez. Christopher, yep. I guess, I know of the reports that I received, everyone was in compliance. He's compliant. I wonder what
I'm assuming he's compliant, Judge. I'm assuming he's compliant, but he's avoiding me because
yeah. Okay, so I am going to, so what's the new rec, Ms. King?
Judge, it was going to be to a 12:45, and we are dismissing, let's see, state jail, and we are dismissing the other cause number.
Okay, so 1244? 1244, is that what it is?
12:45.
Okay, so the dismissal is going to be a 12:45 dismissal? Is that what it is?
Yes, that's correct.
And then what's the offer in terms of a plea?
That will be, let's see, 2-3 AP, 2 AP.
And that's on which case?
the state jail, Your Honor.
Yes.
Okay, so the drug case?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so two straight on the drug case and then 1245, 1337.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so sounds like we're having a little bit of difficulty, Mr. Hernandez. I want to give you a little bit of a window to see where we're headed here. I'm going to use that guided by our next trial settings. I'm going to turn this around pretty quick because I'm going to assume you can work wonders, or you're going to let me know that you need to withdraw. So we're going to set him. Let me ask this, Mr. Hernandez, is there anything else outstanding, meaning anything that requires a hearing on any of these two cases in the event we are not at a plea?
Judge, I think once he hears what the offer is, I'm pretty sure he's going to take it. It's a pretty good offer considering what the charges are. So I just need to relay it to him, but he doesn't. I can't. I haven't been able to talk to him.
So no outstanding motions to suppress, anything like that?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so Chris, let me ask you, did we get a contact number from him, or did you just give him the information for Zoom?
You know what, Judge, I can go back to the caller ID and more or less the time that he called, I can call him back and get a little bit of clarification.
When you do that, will you please do it kind of quickly and maybe in the chat, give it to Mr. Hernandez so we don't have to put that on Zoom. I'm going to reset the trial for this Friday to, I have multiple panels for February 9th and 10th, so let's use that one as the guide. We're gonna set the trials on that date. We're gonna come back on the final hearing plea deadline, excuse me, on February 8th. Okay, and so, Mr. Hernandez, if you are at an impasse and you need to file your motion to withdraw, just do it as soon as possible and let us know via email if you need a hearing on that. I will be requiring his presence at any hearing. In the event, you can speak with him. Chris, if he calls back, let him know what the new setting is. He needs to contact his attorney and that he will be required to appear via Zoom. I'm not seeing any bad PR reports, so I'm not going to go that route yet. Maybe we just need to clear this up with a rec and a decision.
You got it, Judge.
Yes, Mr. Hernandez?
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Chris. If you could just maybe email me, if you get his number, if you could email it to me, that'd be great.
I
Okay.
sure will, Mr. Hernandez.
Thank you, guys. All right, so we'll
Thank
put
you,
you
Judge.
down for February 8th, 3 trials on the 9th. Okay,
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. King.
thanks. Take care. You're excused.
You
Thank
too.
you. Who's
Bye-bye.
next?
Hey, Judge Carter, page 1.
Okay, go ahead.
It's cause number 2020-0D05856, State of Texas versus Tyrone Carter. Announcement to council, please.
Roa King for the state of Texas.
Mr. Georges was there. Mr. Georges, are you there? And he was there for so long. Mr. Georges, are you there? No. I see him there, but he's not responding. Chewy, you want to go to the next one, please?
Yes, ma'am. We can go to Crawford, page 1 as well.
Okay.
Cause number 2020-0D05715, State of Texas versus Jared Allen Crawford. Announcement to council, please.
Roa King for the state of Texas.
Robert Perez for Mr. Crawford.
Okay, and this is set for a status hearing. Let's see, pull the case up real quick.
We're in the same boat we've been. We're waiting on Mr. Serrano to take care of the misdemeanor.
Ay, Dios mío. Mr. Serrano, is he here by any chance? What's
No,
the misdemeanor set for?
I don't know. It's a DWI, but I don't know if they have any settings.
Do you have the cause number?
Judge, it's 2019-0C09873. And the next hearing is set for January 20th for plea hearing in CCR 3.
Oh, okay. Well, that's useful. Mr. Perez, we're going to reset your trial for February 4th with the final hearing plea deadline being February 1st. That is really just so I can keep this one on track, and I'm going to keep fingers crossed that that plea actually happens. Again, on this one, is there anything outstanding that if there were no deal requires a hearing?
We have a deal, Your Honor. We just need for the misdemeanor to be resolved and then we'll move forward quickly.
Okay, so no motions to suppress, anything like that.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll get you your new setting.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks. Thank you, Ms. King. There's Mr. Georges. Let's take care of his before we lose him.
Yes,
Before I disappear again.
Okay, it's cause number 2020-0D05856, State of Texas versus Tyrone Carter. Announcement to council, please.
Roa King for the state of Texas.
Gerald Jordan for Mr. Carter. And
Just
Mr. Carter's
hang
been
on,
trying
hang
to,
on. Stamp. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see, Judge. I didn't see your picture. Go ahead, sir. I'm sorry.
oh, I'm sorry. I was just trying to tell the court that that Mr. Carter's been trying to check in, but has been unable to do that today. He missed his chance to check in yesterday. And well, I mean, that's where he is. Okay.
Is he here?
I don't believe he's here. He told me he was unable to check in, so I told him just call.
He's
and
been
tell
calling the
whoever-
court, Judge. He's been calling the court, says that he doesn't have internet. He's having issues getting onto Zoom.
Okay, so where are we in terms of a resolution on this case?
Well, Judge, the state sent me an offer by email. Actually, they sent me plea papers by email. We had generally had talked briefly about what the substance of that offer was, I have been able to relay the offer to Mr. Carter, but because of the problems he's having, I couldn't do it until last night past quitting time.
Mhm.
And and he didn't really have a strong reaction one way or the other on it. Okay.
So you might need a minute to fully go over the new offer with him.
Right. And not only the offer is easy enough, but the case is not quite so simple. Okay.
So
Are we set for Friday?
we are set for Friday. I have 2 jury panels coming in on Friday, morning and afternoon. But I don't necessarily want to, if I reset you to the 4th of February, is that helpful or not really?
That would be helpful. Okay. For one thing, maybe we can get his problem squared away with the internet.
Mhm.
But it'll give me time to talk over the offer with him fully. I mean, the offer is for probation, so it's one that we kind of are interested in.
Ms. King, can you tell me exactly what the offer is, please?
Yes, Your Honor. The offer is 5 years AP and to dismiss the possession PG1 2021 0D0 2927.
Okay. So unless I'm hearing an objection either way, I'm going to go ahead and reset again the final hearing plea deadline for February 1st, and then we will have our jury trial on February 4th. If you need anything in the interim, Mr. Georges, please let us know ASAP so we can get something scheduled, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, take care, y'all. All right, who's next, Judy?
Hey, Judge Morales, on page 2,
Go ahead.
cause number 2021-0D0-0769, State of Texas versus Jesus Manuel Morales. Announcement of council, please.
Roa King for the state of Texas.
Morning, Your Honor. Leonard Morales on behalf of Mr. Morales.
Let me make sure I'm looking at, yes, there's only one Morales. Okay, final hearing plea deadline. Ms. King, what is the rec?
Your Honor, the rec is 1244A, credit for time served.
I see a warrant, Lenny. Is this still the issue or?
He's still out of pocket, Judge. He was released from Hale County back in, it looks like July of last year or something like that. I haven't had any contact with him since.
Okay.
I reached out to his parents and such, and I haven't heard anything back.
Okay, so it looks like since the warrant was issued, this was kind of our probably 6-7 month down the road check
Yeah.
and see if we got him. So with the warrant active, I just assume set him kind of on a similar timetable. So jury trial, July 14th and 15th, again, going based on what panels I've reserved. If for whatever reason we need it, but I think it provides us the window we need. Final hearing plea deadline will be July 12th. We'll have interim settings in the meantime to see if we've caught up with him. But Mr. Morales, is there anything outstanding? Any motions to suppress, anything like that?
No, Judge, this was pretty much just a simple possession. I don't think it's anything big.
Okay. The rec is what? I'm sorry, Ms. King, I didn't write it down if you said it.
Your Honor, it would be the 1244A, and that'll be credit for time served.
Okay. All righty. Let's see if we catch up with him, Lenny. Thank you very much.
Yes, Judge. Hey, FYI, Judge, I was supposed to be in federal court in jury trial right now.
Uh-huh.
And my client, after the day of jury selection over the weekend, came up positive for COVID. And now I'm not feeling very well.
It's been outrageous. Yeah, it's been outrageous. I'm resetting things.
It's not good.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, Judge, we tried to have a jury trial over in federal court and it's fallen apart. So
yeah, this is
it's
not
rough.
good.
And like I said, I'm not feeling so good myself right now. So
well, take care of yourself. Hopefully it's mild if it's anything. So
yeah.
take care, please.
All right, Judge. Take care, everybody.
You too. Chewy, who's next?
Hey, Judge Perez, top of page 3.
Okay, go ahead.
Cause number 2019-0D0-4185, State of Texas versus Fernando Perea. Announcement of council, please.
Roa King for the state of Texas.
Carl, the codes for Fernando Perea, ready.
Okay, so I know we have a state's motion for continuance outstanding. What I want to know before we get to that is, where are we? Have we had any movement on Mr. Perez's case? Because I know it's been outstanding for quite a while.
Your Honor, the state did convey a new offer to defense counsel, and that was denied. The victim actually tested positive for COVID last Friday, so that was the reason for the continuance.
So what's the offer, and has that been communicated to Mr. Perez?
Yes,
The-
Judge. Go ahead.
Sorry, the new offer was to a lesser for an indecency with a child, and I believe that was 10 years.
10 years probation?
Yes,
Your
Judge.
Honor.
Okay. Okay, and your client is not accepting that, Mr. DeCotes, or is he still thinking about it? What's going on?
Not accepting, Your Honor.
Okay, so he's rejected that offer. Okay. So with that, and the reason I didn't just, I did see your motion, Ms. King, and, you know, obviously we kind of all are aware of the COVID circumstances right now. I wanted to get an idea from both of you what we could do in terms of a reset. I know I've mentioned this to Ms. King as she came on board, but we pretty much have jury panels reserved every month. And so I want to get a good idea of when we can reset. I have multiple panels in February, assuming we are, you know, in a better COVID spot than now, but I can give you backups literally every month all the way to the summer. If what I'm hearing is this is a trial. So that's what I need to know.
Your Honor, the state would not mind setting it for February. We are ready. The only thing is we were caught off guard with the COVID positive. So,
Okay.
Same, Judge. Same
Okay.
here.
So let me do this. I'm going to go ahead. The panel, the dates for which I have the most panels, like I said, I have 3 different panels in February, but I can get you the most panels on February 9th and 10th. So I'll do a final hearing plea deadline on February 8th, just to check in with you all, see if there's any changes, maybe go over a few things, and then we will have the jury starting February 9th. And the way it works, well, actually both of you, is that we have a panel in the morning, a panel in the afternoon for both days. So that's a total of 4 panels in Commissioner's Court. That means, fingers crossed, we get about 57 people per panel. So it should cover us in terms of any concerns we might have in terms of running a panel. I will give you a backup date of March 17th and 18th. Those are, again, the next setting where I have that many panels. And that will be preceded by a final hearing plea deadline again on March 15th.
Sounds good to me, Judge.
I'm almost tempted to give you even a backup to that one, which will be April 7th and 8th. So we're just going to go ahead and do that anyway. So Chris, we're going to do all those backups just because I think this one's been outstanding. I think we've been at trial status for a while, and just check with y'all's witnesses, things like that. Let me know of any concerns in the interim, okay? Appreciate your work on this. The state's motion for continuance is granted and we got those reset, okay?
Thank you.
Your Honor.
Thanks very much. Who's next, Chewy?
Okay, Judge. Queen on page 3. Just want to make sure Mr. Anchondo is available. Okay.
There he is.
Okay, it's cause number 2021-0D00761, State of Texas versus Chan Queen. Announcement to council, please.
Roa King for the state of Texas.
Christopher Anchola on behalf of Mr. Chan Queen. We are ready on.
We have a queen and a king. All
Yeah.
right.
Yes.
You're the prince. You're the prince, Mr. Anchondo.
I'm the popper.
Okay, sorry. All right.
It's okay, Judge.
Jury trial. Let's see. Final hearing plea deadline. What's the rec?
Your Honor, it is 7 deferred.
And we are accepting that, Judge. I just need the plea documents.
Okay. So Ms. King, if you would forward those over to Mr. Anchondo. I'm going to put you for a status in 2 weeks, Chris. Just to, in any event, you know, things have been coming up COVID wise, whatever that might hold things up. I'll just check in with you all. So that'll be, let's see, what's today, the 11th. We'll go to the 25th. at 10 a.m. and not in custody. So Chris, let's go ahead and give them a plea setting for that date as well, at the 1:30 to 3 o'clock slot. So we can get that space reserved. Just go from there. Okay, Chris?
Will do, Judge.
What
Your
day was
Honor.
this, Judge?
Oh, 25th of January?
Your Honor, so actually on December 20th, the plea paperwork was sent to Mr. Anchondo.
Oh,
What?
I don't know if it was buried in everything.
under all your Christmas presents, Mr.
Yes.
Anchondo.
I
right.
wish. Let's see.
Just communicate with Miss King in the event you don't have them so that we can get those going. If you already have them and you can get them to us, by this week, we could see about scheduling it next week.
Yeah, Judge, I apparently was too wrapped up in my Christmas presents and didn't
Mhm.
realize that I actually do have them. So yes, I do. I will get those signed and over to the court.
Okay, as soon as you
And
do,
yes,
we'll
Judge.
get you a date. Mhm.
We can set them for the 18th. if you-
Okay. If we get your papers, we'll set you for the 18th. If it takes longer, then we'll have you for the 25th.
Sounds good, Judge. I'll get them signed.
Thank you guys for your work on that. All right, who's next, Chewy? Thank you, Chris.
Maybe excused.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Judge Martinez on page 2.
Okay.
It's cause number 2020-0D03915, State of Texas versus Veronica Marisol Martinez. Announcement of council, please.
Roa King for the state of Texas.
Julia Martin on behalf of Ms. Martinez, Your Honor.
And again, final hearing plea deadline, what is the rec?
Your Honor, it was 10 probated for 3 AP.
Okay.
And we're waiting on those plea papers, Your Honor. And I know that Mrs. King has nothing to do with this, but I'm also having a lot of problems getting the plea papers from the ADA and CCR3. So
Okay.
I've already emailed Ms. Rojas. Is she still the supervisor in that court?
I believe not. It's going to be a new chief that we have. Her name is Carrie. Let me see. I'm not too sure of her last name, but I can email you her contact information.
That would be wonderful. And if you could get that paperwork to me, Mrs. King, I would appreciate it today because I was planning on going to the annex tomorrow.
Of course, I will make sure everything is sent to you.
Okay, that's where we're at, Your Honor.
Okay, so I'm going to push us back to that same kind of January 25th setting. We'll just do that at 3 p.m. Okay, so Chris, let's put her down. We'll put it for a status, anticipating it will be a plea.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, guys. All right, who's next?
Thank you.
Chief?
Okay, Judge Trujillo on page 3.
Okay, go ahead.
It's cause
I have
number
those plea papers, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead. Chief.
Cause number 2020-0D04194, the state of Texas versus Mary Elise Trujillo. Announcement of council, please.
Roa King for the state of Texas.
Julia Martin on behalf of Mrs. Trujillo. Mr. Pantoja, did she check in with you this morning? Because yesterday she was unable to because she was in transit to come up here for her plea this afternoon.
No, ma'am, she didn't check in. I believe she did speak with Ms. Pineda, the probation officer.
Okay. Okay, yeah,
So-
because I received a text from her late yesterday after 5, and I just told her she needed to check in today, but she is in town. It's my
Right,
understanding she's in
and she
town.
said at 1:30, right? So we'll see her at 1:30?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so we'll go by that, Julia. We'll see you at 1:30. Thank you.
Thank you. One thing, Your Honor, before we're excused on this case, my client also just texted me this morning that she does work in a bar. And she wanted to make everyone aware of that. I believe she spoke to Ms. Pineda about that.
Mhm.
Is that correct?
We'll get the details. I'm not gonna, if she's working, I mean, that's her livelihood, as long as we're not gonna have any issues. Okay, I don't have a problem with that. All
I
right,
didn't think you would. Thank you, Your Honor. Then I'll see y'all this afternoon.
okay, thank you, Julia.
Bye.
Who's next, Tree?
Okay, Judge, so we have Nelson on page 4.
Okay,
Cause number 2021-0D02380.
No, Troy, that was not going to go, Troy.
I
Rob's
just
here.
want
I was not gonna go. I put on my suit.
well, then it is going, shoot.
okay,
ahead.
state of Texas versus Clevy Nelson. Announcement of council, please.
Robert King for the state of Texas.
Brock Benjamin for Miss Nelson, and Your Honor, she was in here. She just walked next door to the conference room, so she's probably still in the waiting room or coming in. But if we've been reset, Your Honor,
I see you on my docket. I don't see you on Odyssey, but I don't have a problem. I'm sure, I know there were some questions or issues with the bond that you wanted, so I'm happy to do it.
And Your Honor, they've been addressed to a majority of the issue. It essentially, we had an issue with the cost, and I'd filed a motion to ask the court to pay for it. And then I understand that the commercial provider has a program that then they reduced her fee to $40. She's going back to try and get the device, and that's where we're at. And so I think we've resolved the.
So we're clear. I did receive notification. I had seen your request. I received notification, which in and of itself, the issue kind of brings me concern because we have plenty of other people that need monitors and they seem to be strapped for monitors. I was told that, yes, she does not have it yet, but she is scheduled for the 14th to get, I'm thinking, I gotta think it's the portable alcohol monitor, or is it the actual monitor that we discussed? Do you know?
Your Honor, it's the device that Mr. Gonzalez has approved. And
Right,
I don't want to say approved as in, I mean, but we've asked him, he said, yes, this is what you're looking for. I'll be honest, Your Honor, there's about 5 devices. I don't know which ones are which. And
Let's see.
I feel like I'm talking about drugs and
Yeah,
I know about what they are.
She was gonna get the alcohol monitor with the GPS. So that's the portable device. I'm just going back through my emails. There was none in stock. Give her a date when to go back. Update. I wanted to get an update. Let me see. Installation appointment for 1/14/22. Hopefully by then. So the only, so initially part of the conditions were that she have some type of monitoring device. And I had stated that I would accept the GPS with the, the portable alcohol monitor with the GPS capabilities in lieu of if they were not available. And so it looks like it's not available. And what is being offered to her is the portable monitor device, which is fine by me, but she's not going to get it until the 14th. The only thing that I mentioned to PR was that I wasn't sure if she was reporting monthly or weekly. In the interim, I'm asking that if she does not have the monitor, that she report weekly.
She's reporting weekly, Your Honor. I can tell you that I see the emails and then the follow-up emails from when I've left a message and to Mr. Gonzalez. So I mean, she's been reporting.
Yeah. As long as she's reporting, we'll check in. Let me see, because I don't have her. When is our next setting? Is it the trial?
Actually, I believe the only thing we have, Your Honor, Ms. Hill can correct me, but I think it's February 8th, and that is a plea deadline, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, okay. Okay, so let me go ahead and pull up the case just so I make sure.
That is correct, Judge. February 8th, final hearing plea deadline.
But the 9th and 10th being the trial?
There's no
trials.
It didn't show on the system that a trial was there. I thought we were going to discuss that today. Hello,
Okay.
Judge.
Hi, Ms. Hill. Okay, let my Odyssey is stuck. So I thought we had selected those dates, which is why I had requested those panels. But in the event we didn't, because I don't have a perfect memory, then we was this the one, Ms. Hill, where I think somebody had a conflict with that dates because of a trial in the 409th?
Oh, no, federal trial in Las Cruces, Your Honor.
On those 2 dates, on the 9th and 10th?
I have
I thought you had a January conflict. What's wrong?
that one actually was just like Mr. Morales's. That one actually disappeared. It was set today, Your Honor, and that one actually disappeared. I think a lot of COVID issue.
So and then the state, we had a capital murder that was actually reset. Actually, that one's been reset to picking the jury on Miss Pina in criminal district court number 1, but it was set initially for January 24th. And then I believe Mr. Benjamin had one later in February, if I'm correct.
Well, let me see something real quick. I'm very surprised. I thought we had put the dates. That's why the final hearing plea deadline was on the 8th. Let me get something. Just give me a second. Golly, Odyssey is slow. Yeah, so I see subpoenas for that. Okay, so if I failed to say it, then what's your conflict, Brock, for the 9th and 10th of February?
Your Honor, I don't have a conflict as much for the 9th and 10th as if, I think it's the 14th. I'm starting a detained defendant in custody trial. And so.
Yeah, I think that's the one you mentioned before, right? Which is why, okay.
It is, Your Honor.
Okay.
And I can represent to the court absent something miraculous happening. I'm the third attorney, and that's one of those where the defendant wants to take a slow plea.
Okay, slow plea. We need to schedule, because it should have been scheduled, the 9th and 10th of February. Again, we keep in mind all the circumstances that are messing with our trials again and messing with everybody, meaning COVID, for the 9th and 10th. So we're just gonna shoot for that. Monday.
And I guess either or. Your Honor, counsel for the defense and myself, we've been speaking with regard to this case. We've been communicating, and the court's aware that we did become aware of new information with regard to the computer and the phone dumps. Those are being extracted as of now. They still are not complete. They're using a Celebrite app where they're trying to get it in a readable format. And I believe counsel for the defense, as well as myself, are kind of in agreement that we may need additional time to review those things, because it's taking longer than anticipated to get those things in a format where we can both review. Thus far, I've turned over everything that we have received, and we do have a video of what we purport to be on the actual computer, but we want to do an actual forensic extraction, and that way we can provide it for counsel for the defense. And before he has an opportunity to review that, and once he reviews it, then he can make a determination as far as if he wants to do his own expert analysis with regard to those devices. And we're of the opinion it'll probably suffice, but we won't know that until such time as we see it.
Mr. Benjamin?
Your Honor, if I get a Cellbrite dump, I believe, of the laptop and the phone, I think I should be good. My concern was with the video that was produced, but Ms. Hill had told me, no, that was just interim kind of thing, a quick glance. But and I don't want to speak for the state, Your Honor, but in the conversation, they'd said that the phone's probably going to be done, but the laptop dump is probably going to take that much more time. And Your Honor, I don't know if I need to say this for the record, but it's just kind of my own thing. I actually just had bought a brand new computer because of the size of these Cellbrite dumps have gotten larger and larger. And I quite frankly had classed myself out of computer space. And so that was the reason for the state's continuance. And I guess my personal opinion, aside from the trial, aside from the conflict in mid-February, Your Honor, is just that we're going to get that. And I don't know is we're going to reliably be able to go through a laptop dump that's going to have, I would imagine, a laptop that's synced to iCloud, because that's what was shown on the video, is going to take a long time to go through, Your Honor. And I got backed into a corner in a trial in May. I don't want to be in that position. I don't think that we were hoping that we could get something towards the end of March, Your Honor, as a more of a realistic setting.
And Your Honor, I spoke with the police department, like as I stated on Friday, has been my latest, and they do have their IT department does have everything in custody, but Mr. Benjamin is correct. The information is so large, the initial terabyte that they had for the computer wasn't large enough. So they were going to have to go and ask for additional monies to get another terabyte to get everything onto it. And once they get everything turned over, I guess converted or uploaded to the actual device, then they have to put it in a workable format so we'll be able to read it and view it.
And so what I'm kind of hearing here, which I think it's unfortunate, we don't actually have our February date set. Are you telling me, Mr. Benjamin, that you're in agreement with a continuance to March?
Your Honor, that would be, I think that's a joint, I would style it as a joint request.
Well, then you all need to file it. What I had anticipated, I'm not really sure why it wasn't set for the 9th and 10th. It was that those were the dates that we we're going, but I guess technically it's not set. Where I guess we're not even set for this Friday. That's very concerning. I want to see it.
Friday, Your Honor?
Well, technically we have a trial set this Friday, which is
Oh,
why.
okay, not us, though.
Are we just a status? See, because I don't even see it on Odyssey. I guess it was a bond hearing set for today. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We are going to set this for March 17th and 18th because what I'm hearing is basically some type of just request for more time. I don't know if it's actually a motion for continuance. I don't see anything set. But you are set for March 17th and 18th. There are 4 panels. We even have, I think, more panels than we would have had in December, assuming we can get through COVID. It might help us be in a better spot for COVID. I'm going to give you a backup date of April 7th and 8th. Again, we have 4 panels for those dates.
Your Honor, can I address the court?
Mm-hmm.
Your Honor, the 17th and 18th is the middle of EPISD spring break. And I mean, I guess the concern I would have is since you plans I believe I have a certificate on file with I don't know if I have with this court, Your Honor. I know I have with most courts.
I don't see one. And I'm sorry, but that's going to be the trial setting. And you have the 7th and 8th as a backup. If you need to file a motion for continuance, then file it. I don't see the vacation certificate, Mr. Benjamin.
I'll check, Your Honor. And some of the state courts I haven't, but
yeah, well, I'm just going based on what you all are telling me. That's what's preventing me from putting it in February. Honestly, I thought this was set for February. So, I mean, we have our final hearing plea deadline. I don't know why we don't have our 2 jury trials. I know I requested those panels for this case. So. In fact, we're going to put the jury trials for the 9th and 10th as well. And then you all can file a motion with specifics regarding whatever data is still outstanding if you all are going to request continuance. We'll have 3 settings. We're going to have February 9th and 10th, March 17th and 18th, and April 7th and 8th. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll reach out to
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you all. Okay. Who's next, Tree?
Hey, Judge Bautista, top of page 4.
All right. Go ahead.
Cause number 2020-0D00002, State of Texas versus Gilbert Bautista. Announcement of council, please.
Raul King for the state of Texas.
Todd Dunham and Mr. Gilbert Bautista. Ready, Your Honor.
All right, we're set for a review. Probationer required to call and appear. Is he?
He is there logging on, Judge.
Okay.
He's connected.
I'm trying to remember, Mr. Dunham, is this our gentleman from Odessa, the car wash?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let me double check something. Okay. All righty. Review hearing, probation required to using alias of Gilberto Bautista from Bookie. Okay. Can somebody give me an update? Carla, did you have an update on this one?
Yes, Judge.
Go ahead.
So we're following up from the past couple of hearings. Mr. Bautista ended up being in custody for most of November. He did contact probation. So I'm moving forward. As per the officer's report, I'm just gonna read what she put. On 12/28/21, he informed the officer he has not registered for theft or anger management as of that date. New referrals were emailed to him again. The officer spoke to Mr. Bautista on 1/6/22, which was, I believe, on Thursday, sometime last week. And he hadn't signed up for classes. He was instructed to provide a UA by 12/30/21. He failed to do so. As of today, he has not gone. For probation, we're not aware of if he's gone or not. And it was also informed that he left to Odessa again without permission. He stated he had gone to Odessa to grab his stuff because personal stuff going on with his wife. The officer did admonish him and reminded him he can't be leaving El Paso County without the permission from the court. So it's not a positive report, Judge.
No, it's not. Mr. Dunham, what do you have? Because I'm ready to just issue the bench warrant and let's just give him his time and we'll be done with it. I'm really tired of coming back on Mr. Bautista.
Well, I hate to ask for this, Your Honor, but I would request to be in a breakout room because I have not been able to reach Mr. Bautista leading up to this hearing. So I have not been able to communicate to him about any of this. And this is the first time I'm hearing, obviously. So.
Okay, I'll tell you this. Yes, you can have a breakout room. Ms. King, I saw you kind of shaking your head a little bit. Just let me get some input from you before we put them in a breakout room.
Your Honor, I do agree with you. I mean, this is a new case, but reading the notes and it just seems like we're going back and forth.
Right, I'm at a bench warrant, so you can let him know that in the breakout room. Carla, get me the bench warrant.
Yes, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Who's next, Chief?
Mr. Bautista, the breakout room is open. If you could go ahead and click on that for you and your attorney. Judge, Mr. Spencer was here. He indicated that he was here on Bautista as well. I'm not sure.
Judge, good morning. I have an order appointing from the JMAG on a couple cases, on the UUMV and the robbery. I don't know if that was a mistake or I was just here because I got noticed.
Right. I wonder if this has to do with using an alias from a booking in 1060 and SO number. It sounds like a duplicate to me, Mr. Spencer. Marissa, are you there? Or let's see, Mr. House, are you there? Can you give me some clarification? I do remember, I don't think I ever.
No, ma'am.
What?
Yes, Judge, I'm listening. I'm sorry, she's on the phone.
Okay, I was like, what is that? If you could clarify, I gotta think, Mr. Spencer, that's a mistake, but I don't know why they would be looking at something. How can I say? They're not gonna just appoint. I mean, there's got to be some kind of error here.
I mean, that's okay, Judge. I don't.
I'm gonna say for now you're good to go. I just want to make sure we clear it up administratively. So if you need to put in for any time, feel free, because I know you've been here. And I don't know if you've had a chance. Have you communicated with Mr. Bautista?
No, I had the same problem. I reached out. I tried to get information as well, and I didn't get any contact. I talked to his mom and some other lady, and but no communication.
So I'll see if I can just clarify that with the clerk's office to make sure that you don't receive any other notifications. And I do want to confirm that Mr. Dunham is still on there, because he's reflected on my docket. But thank you for showing up. Appreciate your efforts. Like I said, you need to send me a voucher. Go ahead.
No worries, Judge. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good day. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Who's next, Drew?
Okay, Judge Perla Perez, and she is connecting now on page 4.
Go ahead.
It's cause number 2019-0D06358, State of Texas versus Perla Perez. Announcement of council, please.
What came for the state of Texas?
Ms. Perez, are you there? Oh, she's connecting to audio. Let's give her a second while I read the summary. So she looks like she's still connecting. Carla, on this, am I, in terms of the update, it looks like she's still outstanding what she needed to do, right?
Yes, Judge, and there is also a concern, I know she's not logged on, but there's a concern for a positive UA on 12/22/21.
Okay, let me go back a little bit.
If you have the summary in front of you, if you go to the summary last page,
Yeah.
halfway through the paragraph, there's a concern in there.
What in terms, Ms. Perez, are you there?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Just mute very briefly. Don't disconnect.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. So how long has she been on probation? 2019.
He is approaching a 2-year deferred term, Judge. On 2/18/2020 is when she pled, and she's set to expire on 2/17/22. So we're like a little bit over, we have a little over 30 days left with her.
Do we already have her set up for the, like, does she already have a specific date of when the new TAP screening will be?
Yes, Judge, that is for January 21st.
Okay. So it looks like we might have some problems here. We're gonna extend her. Ms. Perez, you had a new, I understand what you may have represented to your probation officer, but we have some concerns here about substance use. I was not at extending you previously, because really what it looked like to me was the non-compliance was just, your straight up decision not to be compliant with probation. So I was just going to revoke her. But if we have potentially a new concern, is there a motion on her outstanding?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so we're going to extend her for 1 year. We're going to extend her for 1 year. And I'm sorry, Carla, what was the date on that TAP assessment?
January 21st.
So we're going to come back on February 1 for another review to see what we get from TAP. Are there any other conditions based on all of this behavior, Ms. Pineda, that you think, or Ms. King, if you have any input on this, need to be added, modified in terms of the probation she was already on?
Your Honor, the only thing I see from November that we still have the probation fee and court costs outstanding. Ms. Carla, I don't know if that has been paid out.
Let me check on the balances. Back in November, Judge Perez did have us reduce her probation payment. So that went in effect. I know she hasn't made any payments towards anything yet. I know we're still pending the class as well. And Ms. King,
my question, this is, okay, when does she term, Carla, before we extend?
On February 17th.
Okay, so no, before we extend, we're gonna come back on February 1st and I'm gonna check the status of the TAP evaluation. If it comes back that she doesn't need any treatment, we're just gonna revoke her. I'm gonna need a motion to be filed and she'll do some time. If we find out that there is some need and we can address it, I will consider an extension. So let's just hold off on that, Carla, okay?
Yes, Judge.
Your Honor, may I?
I'm sorry, Ms. King?
Ms. Carla, can you also include me in those summaries so I can also see what's going on?
Yes, ma'am, of course.
Thank you so much.
Ms. Perez, we're coming back on February 1st. You are to appear. It'll be at 10 a.m. exactly as you did today, okay?
I just wanted to say that I completed my classes. I have the receipt.
Okay. Anything that you have that is showing compliance with, I guess, what you were needing to do up until now, provide that to your probation officer, Ms. Pineda. In terms of whatever summary I receive on the 1st, I'll want to see whatever it is she claims she's completed, whatever she's paid, done, whatever that is. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. May I address Ms. Perez really quick?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Perez, go ahead. You should have a certificate of the class being completed. So go ahead and email Ms. Alayandia whatever certificate you got, okay?
Okay, yeah, I also have the receipt.
Okay.
Alrighty, we'll see you on the 1st, Ms. Perez.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
All right, Chewy, who's next?
Okay, Judge, Mr. Dunham and Mr. Bautista, they're back on, and that should be the last case for the morning, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Dunham,
Yes, ma'am.
it's gonna have to be something pretty outstanding. I
Well-
just bench warrant.
I understand, Your Honor. You know, my client has, as far as the classes, he doesn't have work and he's living out of his car because him and his wife are now separated. As far as going to Odessa, he should have called me, but he didn't have an operating phone. He should have called me so I could have asked you permission for one trip only for one day. I understand, Your Honor, there's some poor judgment here. I understand that he needs to turn himself in on a bench warrant. I would request that we not move to revoke just yet. I know that he's been through a lot, but he's put this court through a lot and probation, but I would like to have the opportunity to meet with him in custody, discuss what he's been doing, how he's been approaching probation, and see if maybe we can come to a resolution that would continue
I
him.
have a resolution. He is going to be revoked. He is not, Mr. Bautista, I am more than comfortable directly telling you that you are not working out on probation, and I am not spending any more time running around in circles trying to get you to understand. We've been doing that from the beginning. So the bench warrant will issue as soon as I get it, and we'll figure out how much time you're going to do. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Dunham. I know you've worked very hard on this. Thank you for your time. You all
Thank you,
are
Your Honor.
dismissed. All right, take care. Anything else?
That should take care of the morning docket, Judge.
All right, Chewy. Unless you need to do something, you're good to go.
Okay, Judge, thank you.
Thank you. All right, let me go back to, if we can get off of YouTube, let's just go